Alright, everyone, this is GeoWill from Productions², and we are back to do a relatively short stream for the bank plugin development for the RMMV, well, RMXP, RPGMaker XP to RPGMaker MV script conversions that I've been doing. So I did do a little bit of work on this since I did the streaming last time. I've found some issues in terms of typos and things that weren't named correctly. Like I was passing through XY WH instead of when Y, when X, and all that stuff. So that wasn't working. I fixed a few things wrong with the bond class. Because there was a function or two that I had actually redone from what it was before to what it should be now. Did all this stuff. And what else? I created the window resized the bank details window and created the bond buy details window. It doesn't have anything displayed in it yet, but it's there to be used now. So I'll just kind of show that to you real quick. If you've been watching the streams lately, we managed to finish Reciteer and Star Ocean, at least the story for Star Ocean 3. Nearly like within a day of each other, so it's kind of a red letter day, or well, red letter month, I guess. That'd be Clyde's worst nightmare, red letter month. Alright. I also found that you can change the sound volume, so let's drop that down to the 10, well, I guess 20. So that's not so loud anymore. Alright, so you can see this is now, I have this in here. These values are just static. They're so to test the width to make sure that the width is okay. But I did bring the height up a bit to fit in this window that'll come up down here. And this window down here might shrink a bit more once I know what actual stuff we're going to be putting in there and the size it's going to need. Or if we'll have to do a command window and then the details window if we can't put the command stuff in the bottom of it. But I think we'll be able to. So we'll go to buy bond, and we'll do, well, it doesn't matter which one because they won't show anything, so this is that window. So it'll have like the bond name, the price of it, the interest rate, the number of hours it takes to mature, and then the mature value down here somewhere. And maybe not in that particular order, but that will be what's in here. One thing I did change, though, was I was thinking about this last night, and I realized that I kind of had the values up here wrong. So I was just taking 10% of this and saying that's the matured value. That's not really right, because it takes 10 hours to mature, right? So if we're going to go on the basis of an interest rate is per hour, which is or per minute or for whatever, then this value, which we'll have to change anyway because it'll have to be, once this changes to like whatever you want to put it to, like that could be 10 days, for example, then this will have to change as well because then I'll have to factor that in. But this values are now, instead of just being a pure interest percent of this, it's the interest percent of the starting price times the number of hours. So 4,500 times 0.12 times 10. So that comes up to 9,900. So that's what the matured value is, and that's what it is for all of these. So what we're going to be doing now is first, let me check. So bond window. I need to go down. So I'm going to look at the buy bond here. Okay, so we just have a command list and the help text. So how can we create a horizontal command bar sort of thing instead of window selectable? Do I really need this? I don't think I really need this. So let's say Well, RPGMaker MV horizontal commands in Windows selectable, and I'm pretty sure this will not bring up anything. Well, some random dude has a... Well, that's for Windows. Well, I don't know. Let's see. This is a no sword zone if you have one. If you have a sword, don't bring it here. No. Cost of sign $30. Let's see. Upgrades and adds various features to existing Windows system within one's game. Plugin provides additions to the window classes such as open and close callbacks, better stretch controls, etc. So, I prefer not to create a plugin that requires another plugin. I mean, that's a little bit too meta for me. At the same time, the question is... Swords contain iron? I'm allergic to iron. Please do. Okay, what about mithril swords then? Yeah, this looks like it has some like quest window creation. We already have the quest thing from Yanfly. I don't see the window horizontal thing. I guess this isn't all the features. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just the text. Use a HR tag to generate a horizontal line. Show the, let's see, in order to show the input window, use the plugin command, place a window ID next to it. Yeah, no. We'll just see if we can do it or not. So let me go. So like this, we're just like we're just basically stuffing this into the com list. What we might more want to do with this is something more akin to what we did with the class changer, which was just to build the list over a loop or something. First, I got to figure out where that's actually done at. Trying to go back to this code is a little bit difficult because it's pretty complex and sometimes easy to miss stuff. So create command window for scene class change. How about that? We want window class list. I think so. Okay, so max object. Yeah, this is what we want. Window selectable. So draw class item. So yeah, here we go. So we just need to put this on draw class item, which is part of draw item, which is called by refresh. It must be called by refresh. I just didn't override the refresh function. Okay, so okay, so select class, so the index. So that's how we draw, but how do we set the index? Not the index per se, but the... Oh, wait. Crap. Cannot change color. Set actor. Okay, class data. Class requirements JSON. So if it exists, then send the length or give it 1. Not sure why 1, but... So, draw item, if and... So that the index is this. Draw class item, so draw item index. Draw item index gets passed to... Okay, so draw item's getting an index passed to it from... I guess it's from refresh, so refresh must have like a loop in it or something that processes every... So we'd have to create our own list, I guess. Have it contain 2 elements. That'd be the yes or cancel, buy or cancel. And then just display them this way, but do them horizontally instead of vertically. And then on the selected index, we just do the process OK based on that. So we select one of the options and it selects an index. Okay. Yeah, I think we could probably this. This is probably doable. The only problem I can see is, well, I guess we could still call in the, we'd basically just alias the refresh instead of totally overwriting it. That way we could, well, we don't, do we have to, maybe we don't even have to. Maybe just call it like the initialize here. We're not really instancing, we're not really aliasing the initializing, but we're calling the initialize of the window selectable here. And then passing this selectable window into it. So I think we can do the same thing with the refresh. Okay, so I think we have the basic stuff here. Some are bank details, bond details. Here we go. Alright, so we got our constructor, we got our stuff here. What we'll need, I'm just going to copy some of this over. Everything after initialize, really. And then we'll just take out whatever we don't need. Alright. So we're going to need, we won't need spacing because that's for the height of it. Well, does anything use that though? Spacing. Oh, nothing here. Let's put it that way. We'll leave it because maybe we'll need it to do the spacing for the different rows of information. So this is gonna just be width, so W. This is gonna be underscore get index, or no, underscore index, IDX, and this is going to be just get index. So we'll do this underscore IDX equals 0. Come on. Alright. It's just H. Max calls 1. Max calls. Huh. I mean, theoretically we could use this to do the same thing, but I'm not sure how to force it over to the next column. We'll leave it there for now though. So the max item is going to be, well, we need to create that, so this underscore, whoops. This underscore I guess commands. It's not gonna conflict with the, that's called comlist. Alright, so commands. We'll just call it CMDs. That way it's even less likely to conflict. Equals so by cancel. So height, number of rows visible, 15 or 10. Spacing 5 is enabled true. Draw item. So draw CMD item with all instead of class. Okay, we don't need the if statement. We also don't need this. We don't need these. Well, maybe we should use these and to check for the amount of gold the player has to make sure that they can buy it. So that could probably be useful. And then this dot draw text. Get rid of that. Okay, now this is going to be a for loop. Well, it's per index, right? So it would call it, yeah. So it won't be a for loop. It'll be per item. So get rid of that and let's tab this back over. Okay, so so if would be, okay, so the bond is in there, so bond.cost, well, bond._cost, BND, so this underscore BND dot cost. I think that's the public accessor for it. Well, I've been wondering this because this seems like the setter, the getter, I mean. Crap, where was that? Parameter. Oh, we're not even near. Wow, this plugin's gotten pretty long. Jeez. Here we go, these properties. So we have the get functions here, but I don't see a set function, unless that's the configurable means. Oh, lowercase c, okay. So if we use this, we should be able to get the underscore cost there. Can't do that with banks, because with banks you just set banks, and then the properties are actually key value pairs inside of a JSON object, so can't work it the same way. It'd be nice to, but I mean, you could do a object full of a list of objects, but I don't think that would work in terms of the saving. So you have to save it as a JSON and load it as a JSON. So, bank bond, bank A BND. So, lowercase c, cost, is less than game party dot get gold. Actually, it should be the other way. Oh no, yeah, that's right. Cannot change color, can change color. So, we'll change this to, so what was the red I used up here? I'll just use that same red wherever it was at. It was on the drawing for, there it is, this. Otherwise we'll just leave it as, oh, this will only, yeah, okay, we should only do this for buy. Cancel shouldn't be turned red. So, and index equals 1, or 0. So if it's the index that we're drawing is the first index, so it will be by. We don't want to do anything with the cancel. Change that, otherwise reset text color. Okay, so Their IDX we'll just use for that. I don't know why I'm doing that. We don't need to do that. Just use it directly. So var rect, that's fine. Item rect for text index. This dot contents font size 22. The x is rect x. Y is rect y plus rect height divided by 2 minus this line height times 0.5. So we want to put these next to each other on the y-axis, but change the x-axis. So what I think we have to do now, so here's the thing though, it's going to create these rects in horizontal order because, well, that's how it works, I guess, because there's a create rect function in Windows Selectable that will do that. So maybe we need to override that and change it. Windows, there we go. Windows Selectable. Not create rect. What is item for rect text. Or no, item rect for text. Yeah, that's okay. Item rect for text. Rect for text. There we go. So we have the x and the width. And then we call item rect, which is up here. So rect equals new rectangle, max calls equals max calls, width equals item width, rect height equals item height, and then we have the x and the y. So index index modulus of max calls times rect width plus this dot spacing. So spacing is used minus this dot scroll x. Okay, so we'll need to do these two, I think. Well, text padding. Maybe just this one. Maybe just that one. So let's grab this code and bring it over here. Alright, so what we want to do is basically just take this and recreate it down here. And then take this and recreate it up here. Alright, so this will be rect height, I guess. Or would it be width? No, this would still be width. This might be scroll Y though. And this would be scroll X. I think everything else would probably be the same. Let's see if that works. So we got that. Item height, item width. Crap. Sun says they're draining a bunch today. So, so item width and height. Those are here. Item height and item width. Where's item width? Item width might not be here. So that's probably just pulling from the item width over here. See, that determines if this is a horizontal command or something. So let's see, deselect item width, item height. So yeah, width is width, this dot width minus this dot padding times 2 plus spacing divided by max calls minus this dot spacing. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll put that in there and see how it draws things, if it does at all. So, I guess the only thing, well, we need to change the all the window names, I suppose. Or all the class names, I should say. All the window names. Okay, process okay. This dot index plus 1. Oh, because we were, yeah, so we don't need to do that anymore. And in fact, we don't even need this anymore. We just set this dot underscore C selected. Well, yeah, we don't need to do that because we're setting it to IDX. I guess, yeah, this dot underscore IDX equals index. Well, it wouldn't necessarily selected. So process okay. There's a. Where is this thing? I'm probably going up to. I just have to go to here. No, yeah. So this is that's just index. Does that get? I guess index does get changed. Okay. This dot underscore index. So yeah, that'll work. Or wait, do I? If that's the case, we can just return the index. We don't need to say IDX. Where's the get index? Never mind, we don't need that at all. Okay. So on the process okay. So how do we handle that over here? Because we're not really processing it okay, I don't think. Or maybe it is. Maybe we don't have to specify a command for it to process the OK. Just whatever option you select. That I think that's what it is. Whatever option you select, it's set. It is process OK. It's the same as with the other one. The only thing that will change is the selected index, or in the case of the command list, it'll say what command was chosen. All right, that works, I guess. So when we click on process, it'll do process OK. The index will be selected, so we don't need to modify anything to store that. Oh, what we need to do is we need a boolean real quick here. By bond, yeah, this one. Whoa, wow. B can buy equals false. Let me grab this. Where is the draw text? There it is. We need to do an else if here. And then we'll have the else. Because we need to handle if this is true. Because we're gonna have a different. We have to add the processing on this, whether we can buy it or not. Now you might be saying, well, why don't we just put in the else, because then that'll handle it. Because if this is true, then this won't hit. However, index 0. So when we go to the next index, which is for cancel, this will be 1. This won't match, so it'll be else. And then even if this should be true, if this should be false because this is true, it'll still be set to true, and they'll still be able to buy something because this will be set to true down here, even though it shouldn't be. So we have to handle this one specifically on its own. So index, if they can buy it, then this becomes true. So equals true. Oops. And I guess we'll do we'll reset the text color here as well. Okay. And we won't change it here, we'll just leave it. Well, we probably should change it in case I mean, you probably shouldn't have to, but defensively we'll put it there just because if for some reason it becomes true somehow, and it should be false, then that'll be setting it back to false. So we draw that. So we need to draw the text, which is going to be this dot cmds index. Okay. Now set actor. We don't need that. Select the last. I guess we'll keep that. Process OK. We'll need this. Windows selectable. Process OK. Call. We don't need these. Actually, we don't. Technically, we don't even need any of this, to be honest. So we're not going to do anything different. Not going to do any customization on that. Padding, pending index. This pending index. It's interesting. Don't think we need it. I'll leave it there just in case. Set pending index. So index, pending index, last pending index. Yeah, that's not a. Maybe it's part of Windows selectable. We'll leave it there. Well, if we get an error, then we'll just add it. But I don't think we need to. So yeah, that's the last one. Let's load this up and see if we get any crashing or anything. I'm almost certain we'll get some sort of error. Oh, nothing yet. So no, there's no structural issues. Okay, so here we go. So buy bond. There we go, type error. Cost is not defined. Property cost. Yeah, well, it's a getter though, that's weird. Should be able to get it with a getter. So what I gather what this is supposed to do, it's supposed to set it's supposed to create a property, if I can find, yeah. It's supposed to create a property called, say, cost. That property has a function, a get function, which returns underscore cost, and then this configurable. But maybe it doesn't, or maybe there's some variable, some keyword or something missing to make it public. All right, so we do have, well, we have sets. Do we have gets up here? We do have gets up here though. That's because it was a different type of thing. Crap. Alright, let's just pop over to Chrome real quick. So, property not accessible. Class prototype and handler, blah blah blah. It's prototype. What is the actual? It's object.define prototypes. Object.define property, not prototypes. Well, it's interesting. It's different from what? I guess, well, kind of different. Bond.prototype. Okay, let me just throw in this JavaScript object property. I'll just say ID because that's probably the most common one that'll be used. ID. Let's see. Yes, 6. Alright, fine. I guess we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Won't take long to put the getters in here. I'll just have to rewrite these to be part of the initializer or something. So you do whoops bond dot. So get ID equals function. Turn this underscore ID. Okay. Whoops. Or actually, get name will be next. Keep on hitting D instead of F. Function. Return this underscore cost. Bond dot prototype. Get end value equals function. Turn this to underscore shared value. M time. Turn this dot share time. Then get PR date. Okay. So Down. Bond.getCost. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got some. Cannot set property get cost of undefined. 217. That's interesting. $217. Not set property get cost. Oh, because these are defined. Okay, gotcha. Which, okay, so when we first run it, it'll call that stuff for whatever reason, I think. Init members. Name cost. Well, no, it's up here. They are defined here. Let's get rid of this entirely. That still says property undefined. Now set property get cost of undefined. 206 now. Yep, still have bond prototype. Type, not tippy or whatever the hell that was. Oh, the joy of typos in programming. Alright, so by and cannot read property of undefined. So that's on line 1217. So that's down here in this function somewhere. We have a problem, maybe a typo or something. 1217. This bond.getCost cannot read property, so bond is not defined. Because why? So because something's not right up here. Where are you? There. Okay, so this dot create bond. Oh. Of course, because we need to say, not this, it's this dot bond. Dot create bond. Yeah, that probably would help. Now we'll just randomly say this dot create bond. So that'll be awesome. So that'll perfect. That'll work for sure. There's no way that wouldn't work. Jeez. Okay, so we have bond, which is a blank bond object. And we're just, well, it should be. Let me make sure I'm actually setting it up correctly or not. So bond is a blank object. Okay, it's fine. Then we come down here to the scene manager, and we have this stuff setting up. And then we call this withdrawal, bank select option, deposit. Okay, withdrawal, create bond, window. So, set the bond window, okay, bond okay, bond name equals that, and then, yeah. So I think we need to set up this here, I guess. So bond equals new bond. Create bond undefined. Yay. Property create bond of undefined. So, why are you still not defined? Why are you not defining? Why are you refusing to be defined? Let's grab a. That's too far. We went just right here. Put a breakpoint there. And buy bond, connect to this. Then put a watch expression and say bond, or this underscore bond, I guess. Actually, it's not this bond, it's just bond. That's probably why. Yeah, bond's a bond, but this dot bond is going to be nothing. Yeah. Ay, crap. Okay. Take off the this. I was kind of wondering, is this really correct? Because there's not really a this. I don't know. This, we would use this only if bond was a variable we set up for within the constructor of the initializer of the scene manager, scene bank rather, which we're not. Say global one, so we just need to do that. Oh, we have create. Oh, right, we're calling create bond down here. Okay, right. Now I remember what we were doing with this. Alright, so we're calling this function, and this function is creating the bond, supposedly. Now, obviously, something is not, it's being lost in translation here. So, put that there. And then, this one. Yeah. Okay, let's save this and we will... Alright, we gotta unpause this. So that we can get our awesome error. Okay. Now, buy bond, get this one. Now, here we go. Right, because this thing has changed now. Or we didn't take that out, that's why. Alright, go to next. So we're down here now. Actually, let's set it up there. So bond is still bond. So there's our information there, basic bond. Setting this up. Okay. We're getting get costs property undefined for where 1217 still, really. This dot underscore BND 1217. This dot underscore bond dot get cost. Am I setting the value of this to bond? Yes. Now, am I passing through the bond or the bank first? This is important. Bank first. And I'm processing it as if the... No, bank first, yeah. Okay, never mind. That's correct. I didn't screw that up. But yet, it is still not defined. How can you not be defined? Okay, then we need to go up to the initializer, I guess. Bank details, too far. Actually, we're not doing far enough. That's the problem. Buy bond details. There we go. So we get this. Actually, after. And then on... Then on... Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Then there. Okay. F5. Alrighty, let's see. So buy bond, buy this now. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. We don't need these here because we know that we're sending it correctly. It's actually been initialized. The problem is, when we get to here, it didn't even go to initialize. So, oh, yeah. Initialize. Because it was typoed. I actually found that you can save this. I just don't think it reflects over here. Like if I were to just refresh this now. Oh no, it didn't, never mind. I thought I made it do that. Maybe it's only on that session. Well, there's the problem now. It wasn't getting initialized because we were not initializing anything because our thing was typed. No, I don't want to purchase it. Go away. Alright, now we should get at least not that error. Should get a new error, maybe. Yes, call is of undefined. Because, Windows selectable.prototype.initialize. Right. Yes. Okay, buy bond, buy this. Alright, there we go. Now we're down here. This dot underscore bond. D. Let's say bond, and we have the values. Cool. Continue. Okay, and undefined is not a function. What are we on? 217. Draw command item. Draw CMD item. Draw CMD item. Really? And it's saying that undefined on... Okay, well, it's calling that, and then it's hitting that after it gets called. So actually it's calling this, and then it's saying it's not defined somewhere. So what isn't defined then? Or no, it's saying it's hitting here somewhere, and it's... Something's still not defined. Get gold equals index. Oh. No, index is defined. Index is index. This bond dot get cost. Aye. Okay, so let's go back to our... Well, that's interesting. I guess I hit it and we continued from there. Let's not continue this time. See if the values are coming through on those functions. Continue. Okay. So this dot underscore bond dot get cost. That's there. So game party get gold. That's got to be working. What the hell? Game party get gold not defined. Game party not defined? What? Maybe it's a typo. Let me check change gold under deposits. I want the withdrawal. That's the one we want to look at for this. Draw gold, process gold, change gold. So I don't know. We want draw gold. That's where it's at. Draw gold. No, it's not draw gold. Where the hell? Gameparty.gain gold. Oh, it's just gold, that's why. It's not get gold, it's just gold. Right. Which makes no sense, but whatever. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Just gold. Not get gold. Lowercase gold at that. Gold with a lowercase g. Oh. Cool, we got it. It's awesome. It's showing up. Now the problem is they're the same item. That's the problem. Alright, we'll need to because it's showing one column, so the selection is only going to be a column. So if we say max calls 2, maybe this will just fix it automatically. I doubt it. It'd be nice if it would. There's some other error there too. Should probably get rid of this. Don't need them anymore. Well, yeah, there's one column, but I don't see the cancel anywhere. So we click on it. Yeah, something not defined. Type error rather. Well, undefined is not a function, and that's being called from 543. 543. 543. Update bank. Oh, because we don't have the bond in there. Or no. Oh, we don't. This is. I guess that doesn't exist. Alright. That's probably why. So it is processing the OK. It shouldn't have done that because of that, but we'll figure that out later. So that's going to be it for the stream for now. So I'll do some more work on this. Maybe by the time I do more streaming tomorrow, this will be while the bond details window finished and working. If not, then that's what we'll be working on. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. For watching on YouTube anyway. If you watched the live stream, thanks for watching it. Comments or questions, leave them below, and if you haven't done so already, would appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. I will probably see you tomorrow morning. Probably will be doing this again. There's a slight chance that I might change my mind and do some stuff for GeoRO. I don't know, it just depends, but probably some more of this.